Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. I believe that this season is shaping up to be my favourite. The view from around this area is completely convincing. What a glorious, glorious place this is. And I've just been doing some building this morning, having a fantastic time, getting inspired for recording this episode because we're going to be working. I say we're going to be working. I have already been working on the Hermitcraft rail network line that we have over here. We showed this a couple of episodes ago, came up with a really good block palette, and I've made one little adjustment to it, which is down here in the water we now have oak stripped wood, and that's slightly darker than the birch, and it just makes it look like the water has stained it, so that's absolutely wonderful. I was also thinking this thing might look a little bit odd with it being completely flat the whole way across, but most of the time it is actually just going across the water, so it feels right. You know, looking at it and thinking it's flat, it should feel wrong, but no, because it goes across the water, of course it's going to be flat. So, this project is coming together ever so well. We've built part of the rail over on this side, that goes through that part of the district and up the hill underneath the rainbow. Some fantastic views from that line over there, and we should ride this one together because I built a really large portion of this. There is still a long way to go and it is going to consume a lot of our materials, but now we get to sit back, relax and enjoy the view, and it is a great view. This is really something right here. I'm loving this project idea, and of course these are going to span all around the server, and then they're going to give us tons of amazing views. Though those ones aren't powered. That's really strange because I've been walking back on here and never noticed that until now. Anyway, this episode I think what we're going to be doing is that project over there, right? The jungle project. Jungle! I knew I was going to say the wrong word. The pirate projects. It's been a few episodes since we really worked on this. Given myself some time for the idea to settle. And what we have right here kind of looks like a little bit of a shantytown type thing, and originally it was just going to be a fort wall, but then I started adding in these windows, and I think we're actually going to build this up and introduce some other colours and materials to there. And we will do that in just a moment. I've realised that we should clean up all of these blocks now. They're kind of useless as the line is now over there in the water, and that was definitely the better place to put it, I believe, because you know, there's not much going on in the water, and now there's space for that to be over there without being too close to other builds. By the way, this line, as you can see, it turns the corner here, and False has actually been doing all of the preparations in this area because False is building a line as well, which we're going to check out in just a second. But when it gets to this bit here, it goes up and over the hill, and then it goes into a tunnel, and I think what we might actually do is keep it flat and have it go into a tunnel straight away. We'll also extend this beach around the corner. There's just so much we've got to do to take care of this area, right? But anyway, it goes all the way through here, comes out facing Cleo's epic pirate ship over there, and I just got a bit of deja vu. Didn't we talk about this in the very last episode? Well, anyway, there is something that I want to show you because False has actually started to build another line, and this is an underwater line. So this is where the pirate district station is going to be. You can see some of the lines coming together. That was the one that we were walking on just a moment ago, I believe. And then here you will see that this one goes underwater. I don't think it's ready to ride yet, although we'd get a lot of momentum going down like this. Let's first of all ride it through the thing. Ah, look at that. There's no powered rails down here though, so we're going to run out of speed. And run out of rails as well. Just wonderful. But this is certainly cool. Man, the kelp around here makes it look so mystic. And from up here you can see this thing is looking wonderful. I love how they have these quartz pillars coming all the way down. And there is a ravine here. There's like a broken pillar in the middle of it. That's a nice touch. And this one goes real deep down there. And that guy's got a trident. I would like to get my hands on a trident. Get smited, buddy. Why can't I hit you? Come on. Can I get a trident drop? No. No is the answer, unfortunately. I'm telling you, this boat right here, it used to have pinky white sails, and now they are black, and there are pirate banners all over it. Jeez. Anyway, we're going to get to work on the pirate area, our little projects over there, in just a moment. While I've been in this area creating this line, I've been reminded it's been quite a few weeks since we last checked up on our diamonds, and I know that we have made sales over here at the kelp shop. So I'm going to go through these chests. Look at that Wow. And I'm going to count up all of these diamonds. Okay, we've earned a sweet mint of 28 diamonds from that shop, and over here, only one sale, 1 diamond from our turtle shop. That is not so good. So the Rainbow Wool Shop, one of my favourites. What an amazing project this was. Always bringing us in the diamonds. Look at that, 40 of them in total. That is wonderful. And then there's this place, the last of our shops, right? I always have to scratch my head and try to remember how many shops we have, but it's only the 4 of them, right? I'm probably forgetting something and being silly. So Doc has made some profits over here as well, but of course we count these towards our season total, so 6 from that one, and I think all of these have been used, so hopefully people have started using the second floor. Yes, finally, they've come up here. Excellent. So we have regular customers, and at last our regular customers have found their way to the second floor. Our season total is now up to 913 diamonds, and of course we do actually have one more shop. And I am not surprised, not a single sale. You know what, I don't think anyone actually knows about this shop. Like, that's a really good deal for some cheap food right there. And then there's the glorious Hermitcraft Mall. There's new shops popping up. There's some that are reserved as well. Look at this. New shop coming soon. Please do not enter. Enter? There's already... I wonder. Oh yes, there's something in there. I like it. It's not a very stressful shop, shall I say. It's kind of the opposite of a stressful shop. Over here, this has got to be the most viewer-requested idea for a shop I've ever seen. A sponge rental service. Every time I raid an ocean monument, I get a shop request for that. Jemin's actually made one over here, so you've got rental slips and you can rent the sponges for diamonds. That's really cool. And this shop over here I haven't seen as well. It's a music shop, so I'm guessing someone is selling the discs, which means someone has made a creeper farm where they get killed with skeletons, right? False records, is this what False has been up to? Payments down here, how many of these has she got? Quite a few. Yeah, False must have built a farm for this. The Minecraft music is, it's just wonderful. And I never just take the time to listen to the jukebox records in the game, but I've just been taking them off and putting them on and listening to them. I think Cat is my favourite. When Cat kicks in, it gets wonderful. Where's that beat? Come on now. There it is. Yeah, what favourite song is yours? Of all the records in the game, for me it's either Cat or Mellow High. But I think I'm going to go with Cat. Before we get started in the pirate area, I have a little bit of work to do over here, restocking some of these furnaces. One of the perks of running a shop like this is that I of course can use it on myself. Yeah, been doing a lot of flying around lately. Checking out all the beautiful builds. Anyway, I'm a little bit worried that we might not have much cactus left because I have not been AFKing over in that area. In fact, I've kind of fallen out of the habit of remembering to AFK. So we do have some supplies here. We need to go and check and see if we got any more. I do sign myself up for a lot of projects playing this game, and this one is far from finished. We will eventually get back round to building more skyscrapers over here. Now, as you can see, massive supply of kelp so we can restock our shop, and up here, though, maybe not as much cactus. Oh, dear. No, literally no cactus. Oh, that's not good. So I was able to refill 28 of these furnaces. I think I can actually hear some doing the smelting. Yeah, like this one. And all of these chests over here are full up with cactus dye. I do not know what we're going to do with this stuff. But that's all I can do for now. I've pretty much run out of cactus for filling up these furnaces. So at last we can start work on the pirate area again, and I think we're actually going to focus our efforts on this side, the one with the stone bricks. We really didn't do too much over here, just built the basic wall. Now I need to think about the structure that is going to go up and above it, and I've got some really cool ideas for this roaming around in my head. And before we get them out, I need to finish this wall because we need to do things in the right order. Around the corner here we have a river going between the two large islands, and we're going to build some towers on either side. So I thought we'd do that bit first because I don't want that building to be dwarfed by what we do in the centre. So I've extended this wall around here, and I've actually trimmed back some of the beach as well. So the beach kind of ends here, the wall comes down into the water, we've got some darker blocks, and I've just finished making some mossy stone bricks as well to chuck in here. We're going to have a few of these, not all the time, maybe sometimes they will be cracked and that's a nice little detail to have, as well as the spruce wood, of course, being darker because it's in the water. So over here the beach has been shrunk a little bit, so the opening for the river is wider. And then we've got a different wall design. Just thought I'd put something quite simple in here with some iron bars, and then there's just some black concrete behind it. So these are the bases of the tower that I've been talking about, and now that I've got my mossy stone bricks, we can lay in some foundations down the bottom here in the water. What did you see that? What was that about? There is some real quirkiness with moving around in water in this game. So to make these towers tall and great, we've got to really think about how it's going to look on a larger scale. Just building a big old square box is never quite that charming, is it? So we're going to focus on having some strong pillars of the stone bricks going up in the corners, and then between them, I think the way to bring some detail in is to possibly use some stair blocks and slabs. Maybe have them staggered out like this, and then have another material behind them. I'm not sure what's going to go in the middle between that, but over on the back side we're going to have this middle area that is 3 blocks across, and I'm going to put trapdoors in here to actually simulate a door. Now we could have used spruce doors, and maybe actually I could put one in the middle so there's like a handle. That might actually work. So if we remove the 2 in the middle and have a door standing, the texture should kind of match. It looks a little bit lighter, but you know what? That looks gorgeous. Wow, and look at that, the stone brick at the... That's wonderful! Okay, I'm liking the start to this project. So, we wanted to make these corners pop, and that design definitely does just that. This feels like the main support of the structure, right? And then we got like a pattern and a mix of blocks. It took me a while to figure this out, actually. It was when I introduced this one right here instead of trying to make it work with wood that things really started to go. So over on this side we're going to make things a little bit different. We're going to do just that and then put some glass behind here, and that's going to be like a window, because I was thinking when the boats come through this thing through the middle, it's also like a lookout, so they'll be able to see what's going on the boat. So eventually we'll get around to doing some interior decoration. Now on the opposite side over here, I'm actually going to abandon the pattern we had over there and put something a little simpler in place. Something just like this. Nice and simple, right? And I've gone and built this up on the opposite side as well, so we can see it start to come together. Now this tower is going into the terrain a little bit, so the terrain raises up on this side, and that means that the details that we could put here are not going to be visible. And I don't really want to dig away all of the terrain. We're going to make it work in our favour. So now we're going to build this section up again that we've done. This whole thing is just going to be slapped on top of itself again before we change the design. But on this side, what we're going to have is our entrance that we built over there with the trapdoors and the regular doors, and that's going to be somewhere around this height. So we will in fact do a little bit of transforming of the terrain. My friends, I am loving this project. I've just reached that moment where I can step back and I can feel like, yes, everything is going in the right direction and we are on track to make a wonderful build over here. There's going to be more to it than what you know at the moment. Some really cool ideas roaming around inside my mind. As we look at it from the front here, I've decided that this pattern is what's going to go on the front and on the insides. But of course we've got our window over there. So all of that is looking real great. Then over here we got a door that's higher up than on the other side. And at the next floor is where we're going to have a bridge going between the two. I cannot wait to do that. It's going to be really fun. I also want to make it look like it's a drawbridge as well, which is going to be a fun challenge. Then on these back sides we have this design, and I've also added a row of bricks going across the middle there. And that was just because when I built it over here, the design started a little bit higher. But when I copied it up, it actually looked really kind of cool. It just breaks up some of that repetitiveness of the build. So after this, the structure is going to get a lot bigger. But we have one more section to build, and that is the one with the drawbridge. So here is an intermediary update. On the back, we've got this pattern again. It is mirrored on the opposite side. And then I've made preparations for what we will be doing next, which is the windows on the sides. I think we should introduce a new pattern to fill up this section, and that it should be a window, which is actually kind of like that there, but I don't want to do the same design again. So originally I went with spruce wood to match what we have going on over here, but changed it to dark oak, which I really think looks a lot nicer up there. You'll see there's a window on this bit and that bit over there, and originally I was going to add a window on the back of that side and the front over here, but I'm going to be hanging something down in front of that space real soon. And like having a window to look out front and a window to look out back, we will have this thing hanging down on both sides as well. But let's focus. We are going to do the drawbridge next. It's night time, I know. Never a good idea to record at night. It don't look so great, but I can't be bothered to run back to my bed at the moment. So this shape right here and these little bits are exactly the same as the wooden doors that we've done already. So I thought that that would be actually a good place to start. Now it means we're a little bit higher than I thought the bridge was going to be. Not a problem. We need to design some sort of wooden beam going across from one side to the other, and then some sort of cable holding it from above, which I think is going to use fence posts. You know, I listen to music when I play, so the recording isn't continuously running. I dropped down into the water, there was a creeper there. As I backed off from here, there's another two just hiding on the beach there. Man, they must have spawned as a group or something. So to start with, some good ideas. One being that it folds in on that direction, because obviously this is where the main fort is going to be, so it wouldn't make sense to have the drawbridge controlled by the opposite side. And then it only comes out this far, and I think what we'll do is break up the materials and perhaps put something like this over here so you can sort of see that the two edges would meet. Now this is quite flat on top, but from below it looks really cool because you've got the wood, then you've got the trapdoor, and there's some sort of difference going on there. But it does need a bit more shape to it, and I think the way we're going to be able to do that is probably by focusing on this block and that one there. And I have some dark wood stairs. This is going to look okay. So let's put those in like that, so it looks attached. And then, oh, do you know what? The change in tone might not actually work, but on top I think we really need something like this. And it's going to go up diagonal, and I'm not sure where it's going to meet the wall at. I think we need the tone of these woods to change. Also, that matches the building, right? Over here we've got a gap, so let's have one there. And we'll actually, no, I think I might just leave that as it is. Anyway, yeah, iron bars. Wow, how much better does that look? Problem is, I just want it to be one block higher, so we're going to modify something here. Not sure how that's going to go down, but also we're going to change the look of this as well. Give it a bit more depth. Can we place... I just moved them out of my hotbar, didn't we? Can I place these so they go the other direction? I can. I think that's the way I'm going to have them on top. They're going to go a different way from below. So the entire time I've been building this, I've had my camera account on to fly around, look at things from different angles, make sure it's all coming together well. And this is looking superb. The iron bars as chains are just fantastic, and our drawbridge here looks really cool. I like how that turned out. Now up the top here you can see that we've got a lot of cobblestone wall action going on. That's because the iron bars go through them. I want to create this vibe like they will get pulled up into those. So what we're going to do in this top space, I think, is have a lot of those cobblestone walls, maybe introduce a little bit of colour, and then above them we are going to have the roofs. You know, I'm not a fan of rebuilding stuff, but sometimes you go all the way with an idea and it just doesn't quite work. These cobblestone walls on the outside here really don't feel right, and I feel like the stone bricks that we built on the corners there need to come up all the way through. So I think what we'll do is remove the walls, get some bricks in the corners, and we'll move that dark oak back so it's sort of visible in this area right in front of us. Yeah, that looks, you know, 100 times better, and there is actually dark wood behind the cobblestone walls, but you can't really see it. And anyway, it's time for us to build the roof, and when that is done, I have one final awesome idea to share with you. Three things. The wood is too dark to show the shape is too big and bulky, and the whole idea here is just pants. Sometimes that happens, and I've been looking at lots of different shapes we could put on top of this, and I wasn't sure what to do, and then it kind of hit me. I think I know exactly what we need on the top of this. Well, it looks like we have a visitor here. I am very nearly done placing the last of these blocks. I fell down. Putting in some extra slabs up the top here, and we got a visitor. He's also holding a name. He's holding a name tag. I just realized it. He's holding a name tag. I wasn't even thinking about it. He was just teasing me. Oh, that's hilarious. And so eventually it hit me that these things, they kind of look like turrets. Now, turrets are parts of a castle or a fort that are quite often square and don't have a roof, and they have these things up the top of them. Now, I've built these before, and I'm sure I've been corrected in my comments and told what they are called, but I looked it up, and these things are called crenellation. This bit right here is called crenellation, and the bits in the middle are known as merlons. And neither of those words resonated me. When I actually found a description that I was looking for online, I thought it would be like, oh, of course, because people have told me that before. So I don't know actually what I've been told before. But anyway, yes, no wooden roof, no stone roof, no big shape up the top there. We're just going to have these things. And we are left with one more thing to do on this project. And I need to gather some materials. It involves some wool and some wood as well. I killed a drowned, and the drowned dropped a trident. Oh yes, we got ourselves a trident, and if you look up there, oh, what are we going to be doing now? We're going to be hanging a flag, and I originally thought orange and blue, my favourite colours, but then I went, no, this is Pirate Land. We got to do something dark and ghastly, and I was going to go with black and red, but that felt quite common, so I decided to go with orange, with it being one of my favourite colours, and black, and this is going to look amazing. So we're going to have a flag that is drooped down from the front of this thing. It's going to come out by 2 blocks like that, and then I think we go up by 3 in total on these edges. I was just doing some stuff in creative in another world to try and get the right dimensions to make this look good, and we are actually building this perfectly. It's all coming together. When we step back, I got a feeling this is going to look wonderful. Oh, the view from over here is so good. Oh, I am loving that. And now I'm falling in the water. Yes, that is looking superb. I love how this has turned out. Now, I don't think it's perfect. I think that there are tweaks to be made. And I was going to hang one over the back here as well. I'm going to do a different type of design. We're going to use the same colours and the same shape. But time is time, you know. You want to do so much and then you run out of it. But I am really happy with how much we got done there. Look at that. Wonderful. Remember, my friends, people of the internet, we are setting a standard for what's to come in this area. The bar has been set high. The inspiration is flowing. And I am loving this project. Let me know what you think of the build and all we got up to in today's episode with a comment down below. And behind me, I'm not going to give you much more of a review than that, but Scar is up to something and I'm going to go investigate. That is the end of this episode, peeps. If you enjoyed it, then leave a like. As always, thank you for doing that. It supports the channel and your support is appreciated. And I'll see you soon with another episode. So ciao for now. Bye-bye.